Hi, I'm Melanie Florence from Miss Melly Flo's Vibe Life. This is my YouTube channel for sharing the vibe love, like to the vibe tribe. So I do tarot readings and oracle cards and all different sorts of things. So I've just been doing these videos for the last, I don't know, few months, couple of months. All right, I've been tarot reading for, I don't know, about 25 years now. And I started my Facebook page, Miss Melly Flo, Miss Melly's Flow, I don't know, a year ago, October, Halloween, actually. And I am the witless ones as well. I make wands. Ooh, see, there's one up here. Ooh, I make wands, gems, all different sorts of stuff. Like, so if you want a wand for a friend, just asking for a friend. I've been collecting this year because I had really read one tarot deck, which is the Greenwood Tarot, which I got given to me by my sister when I was about 19. So we're talking 25 years. And then it got stolen by a black witch, and then I got another set. So this set's about 21 years old. And so I have had other decks. I've had a couple of other decks sitting around. I found a couple when I was going through and went, oh, I've got a Buddhism one that I actually haven't touched and don't know where I got. Maybe my mum, I think. And so it's really interesting, that collection. So this last few months, I don't know, I said when the fall started, 2020, I was like, I need new decks. I think I'd been watching other readers because there's so many on YouTube. Like, hook yourself up. There's a whole world of readers out there, right? And I did a whole heap of research for like 6 months. I just watched other readers. I think I watched so many readers that at one point I wasn't listening to the message even. And it was the same message repeated. I'm like, oh, these cards are the same cards over and over again. I'm like, oh, yeah, what are they doing? And because they're double layering up, and we put extra confirmation cards, extra tarot cards. There's a lot of good readers out there. And so I watched and I went, I'm just going to do mine as, I didn't go unjust. I was very much guided that I needed to do something that was congruent to me, and not copy other people, and not just do what other people do. So I did watch what other people do. And I also watched and saw things that I didn't like that they were doing. I don't want to do that either. So it's a bit like this and that. So I like to do my readings sitting next to a person. And obviously in our new world, and before with internet and online readings and stuff, you're not sitting in the room. But I have set this up so if I had the table here, if you see my readings, we can look down at the table so you can see the cards, because the cards are important. So I've seen that people are some of them are talking to you and they just flick up the cards, and other people are just showing you the cards. And I wanted a combination to have a chat and you know, a bit of both ways. Apparently I'm a bit Gemini moon. I like it a bit of both ways. And so I've set up, and I just have been really graced this year, as in I just got a room made available so I can actually have a tarot tea room. My hot tea room, everything's become hot tea. The weekly buzz is going to become hot tea weekly. So yeah, I've been modifying and changing things for the Facebook and the YouTube site and the journey, and seeing where it takes. So thank you for everybody who has been with me from the beginning, and anybody who is watching that has just joined. This video today is actually more about the collection that I've actually got this year. So when I said, I did ask, and I said to a mate of mine, I really think I'd like some new decks. I think I need 7, I think, because you're watching all these people. And she's like, 7, huh? Right. And so I got this parcel in the mail a week or so later, because turns out said friend is a deck collector. Now, she's into Reiki, she's into all these things. She says she's not a tarot reader. She's a bit psychic, I think. And she is, she's empath, you know. But she's psych tools, tarot decks are her tools. And all of a sudden I get this box and she's like, I'm sending you 6, I'm going to send you 6 decks. And I open it up and there's 13 decks in that. And so it was Kelly, the good witch of the north of Adelaide. Thank you, Kelly, you're a blessed thing. And from there, it has just expanded massively, my interest, and then working out what is the tune for me inside of it, what's the vibe for me, because it is this very natural flow of what did I want. And it's I want to be able to involve tarot reading and cards in people's lives and my life, but I see people doing these massive amount of readings and stuff, and I was like, you know what, for me it breaks down in elements, and I explain that in my YouTube videos. It breaks down in elements for me. And so obviously our fire, and I start with fire every time, so if I get it a bit haphazard, I'm just starting to get everything together when I put it together, sort of thing, when I do them so far. But so there's fire for our faith and our fire signs or fire people. You might come from a genetic background that your people are fire people and you know that, or your people are water people and you know that. Like, you know, there's a lot of reasons why you might pick the different colors, the different natural elements that I've picked. And I sort of went, you know, the other day, I'm like, fire, if we just harnessed solar, we could power ourselves, and the wind and the air and our breathing, it's so important, and we can, you know, power ourselves. And the water, we can power ourselves, and we drink, and it's our nourishment. And it's like, and then the earth, where everything grows from it, and all the elements combine to make things for us. And it's like, you know, that's all our natural base. So it's like, there's why. And I guess growing up as a child in the bush, out in farming territory, in regional areas, I was really akin. We used to do bushwalking, we used to do a lot of bush activities, and so my grounding is, you know, with my feet in the river, is my feet in the water. So I know that that's, you know, where I find, you know, the energy is clearest for me. So, so in our busy lives, we get all a bit fussy about all these things. So I put it into elements. I also got involved with a real Fae only group, which is all different sorts of sprites and elementals. And so I do elemental readings for the elementals. And so I just got I got actually some beautiful, like, beautiful mermaid deck yesterday, and I also got a Lemurian deck, and so that is fun because it's been harking back into a few things that I'm really into. Old Kingdom, like the old world and the old connections to it all, you know, removing like the complications that have got in between us and the I am, I guess, and the source. And so, you know, because you got a direct link, you are part of the I am. So with all of that, further ado, what I really actually am putting this video together is, I guess, what's in the box as on the label. And so I am going to pull out a couple of decks, and particularly I'll bring, you know what, I'm going to bring out 2 new decks from yesterday first. There were 3 decks from yesterday that I received. I was going to do opening vids, and I was like, you know what, I don't have time to go now. I want to actually open them and have a look. So let me open the box. Oh, it's got locks. Maybe I'm too close. One more over there. Oh. So, let me open it. So, it is gathered a massive collection now. I think there's over 50 decks. So, the other person who has been the good witch of the north of Rads, like Amethyst Black, has sent me a lot of other things recently. Some of her decks that she's put out, this great little card holder, and Angels and Fairies, and I got a mermaid book. So I got an Angels and Fairies, and I got a mermaid book yesterday, because, you know, got to do some reading, got to get some background intel on stuff, and legends and stuff. So I got a let's see, I got a I'm going to go with this one first. This is Divination of the Ancients. So, Oracle cards. And I'm bad enough with names to start with, so I'm not even going into authors' names and stuff. Divination of the Ancients. So these are called... So, Oracle cards are a bit different. They can have a whole heap of different things on them. And these ones actually are about divination stuff. So you can see there, that's got the I Ching on that side, which I would tell somebody they might want to look into something Middle Eastern if they got that card. And that dreams there are. So you're incubating something in your dreams, and that people might be wanting to write a dream diary, and we're manifesting something from the ancients just in there, ancient Egypt, inside of that. So what is in your dreams? Where do you go? Crystal healing. So you would tell somebody that they perhaps would want to get some crystals in their life, and maybe I've seen some really wonderful crystal grid work groups on Facebook that you can get into. So And let's see what else we got. One more from here, I guess. And we've got Oracle Wisdom. My cat's name is Oracle. It actually was an autocorrect thing in that my brother went, she's adorable, and autocorrect went, she's an oracle, and I went, well, I guess I'll be taking her. She's really special. Anyway, so wisdom. And so look inside of you. And insight and that sort of stuff. So this is actually really interesting. See, black cat, good luck. Let's see what else we got. Phrenology, so the brain, lots, which I thought was interesting, lots. Because, you know, Lot and Lot's wife and that was all chance and here's good luck and you could turn to stone, and I thought it was interesting that they're called lots. When I saw that yesterday, I was like, yes, they are lots. Oh, look at that. Hydromancy. So, you know, a bit like, so who was that? Nostradamus was hydromancy. He did a lot of work on water and water reflection candles, and that's how he worked. Let's go. Oh, crystal healing, we're back to there. And what else have we got? Oh, feathers. If you find feathers, my brother and mother find feathers all the time. They're water signs, but they're definitely into, my brother has a lot of signs and symbols he picks up on. Like footprints, direction. So I guess these are all elements and stuff of the old ancient world and divination. Everything comes with a guidebook. Sometimes I use the guidebook, sometimes I want to get into it and have a good read depending on what is going on for someone. Like, and sometimes I want to, I just go by the card and just go, okay, we can see what that's a chance, and we're drawing our lot in life, and we're like working out who's going to get what bit and who's going to be in, who's going to be out, drawing your lot. Our runes, same sort of thing. Scrying, mirror, and protection. So yeah, sometimes I would probably, look at the book, and other times spontaneity. You go, I can see what these are. These are easy. That card set is really easy. Some of these decks are really easy, and some of them I do want to go deeper in with people, and I want to do the reading and go further into. So, alright, so I got, so for the Fae site, automatically, as soon as I got involved, I was like, oh, I'm going to need more Fae decks, like fairy decks, and pagan decks, and natural mythology decks, maybe, you know, Norse maybe, I don't know, but I did sort of get in and get some pagan decks and some witch decks and an oracle tree deck, like, which is all Celtic. You ever know Celtic? I think Celt. You're a Celt. You're not a Celt. You're a Celt. Part Celt. Part a lot of things. Oh, sorry, I don't need to shuffle for you guys. I'm going to show you. So these are amazing. This is actually the first card I drew. So air and like the lovers. This is like a Gemini, but this is a breath of fresh air. This is a breath of life. Look at that. And so these cards are actually really beautiful. Vulnerability. You know, showing yourself, showing your vulnerable side like I am now. All of this is a little bit vulnerable. Like, it's fun, it's interesting doing these videos and stuff. Alright, so farewell to the moon. That's amazing. Appreciate, enjoy the lunar light cycles. So these decks are amazing. And so I think this is a Lucy Cavendish, is it? Yeah, of course it is. A Lucy Cavendish. So Lucy Cavendish is a white witch. Shouldn't class her, she's a witch. But she does a lot of these pagan and fae and Wiccan decks and ancient world connections and stuff like that. It's the Hidden World deck, which I've used in a lot of my readings, which I'll show you with the Lemurian deck, because they sort of go together. This Atlantis, the old ancient words of Mu, worlds, you know, so they're all attached and stuff. When you show the maps and stuff, it's very interesting, because we've got a lot of cities under the sea. There's a lot of cities under the sea, people. Like, they are, there was a full civilization that was wiped out. We only get the leftover. So psychic images and clairvoyance. Interestingly, when I got up this morning, I got this deck out for somebody on the fairy page. Floor. And this is one of the cards that went out when what am I going to do today? And that's sort of how I'm doing my mornings and my days lately. It's like, what am I going to do today? I'm going to show people fairy decks. I'm going to show people mermaid decks. It actually said, you know, time to do your readings, because I'm going to do, for October, I'm going to do October readings, different reading to the one I just did for the equinox. If you really haven't seen the equinox, please check it out. They're brilliant. They're actually really passionate. I was like, these are fully empowered readings, those equinox readings. So if you've got time, grab a cuppa, Like, it doesn't have to be tea, people. I don't care what's in your teacup. You can put whatever you like in your teacup. It's a random, like, Mad Hatter's tea party more than a, you know, little ladies' tea party. Because the people I know are Mad Hatters. So, look, yearning. So this, I actually found that the Mermaid deck, not surprisingly, has some really dark, darker features and darker sides to it. Only because, like, you know that the Fae and the, say, Lemuria returns, and we'll go into that because I've got actually a Lemurian deck, which is the next bit, which is your Atlantis. These are our sunken cities falling in love. Like, but I saw that this deck actually has a lot of light and dark aspects to it, which is brilliant. Because we don't just want ones that are airy-fairy to themselves. There's light and dark. And so really this deck has been really interesting. Just going through it yesterday. So I'm going to do probably in the water, surprise, the water element reading for the mid-month Fae readings, which I'm going to try to get out for the 13th of the month. Alright, and so I'm going to pull these two out together because you would have seen this one, the Hidden World Oracle, that I've actually used several times. Hidden World. Alright, so I'll just show you. That was the Mermaid Oracle by Lucy Cavendish. And this is the Hidden Worlds Oracle, right? Also by Lucy Cavendish. And so here, let me go. See, I really love these because they actually all are horizontal. Not all of them. So these are a really amazing set of cards. What have we got? Healing the earth, loving humility and respect. They're just a really good deck. Skyfire, messages, channels and information. And so I really found these really subtle and gentle, but they're really talking about deeper things. It's old kingdom stuff that we're looking at inside of this. So again, the relics of Lemuria. So these three decks. And they also interconnect, and so I got to do a bit more reading about the actuality. They actually appear in another couple of decks, the Starseed, the Light, and on purpose I've been chasing Old Kingdom stuff because I do a lot of ancient history research myself. Like, if I've got a lot of spare time on my hands, which this year there has been, I've been investing that into self-love and doing the things that I'm interested in, which is, I guess, why I'm here. And one more, so we don't have this video too long, but what's in the box? I'm going to do this a few times. If you're interested, let me know. If you've got, I've got a deck that you're interested in having a look at, that we can have a look through, let me know. I'll probably go through and show, I want to do some reviews, deck reviews, maybe more about like how they feel and what's in them and what elements are in them if you're interested. Because there's a lot of different tarot decks. I've gone out of my way to get some modern tarot decks because my deck goes back to, again, Old Kingdom to ancient, like Celtic pagan beliefs. So pre-religion. Ours anyway, the one that we got, the modern world one. And so the ancient will become the modern again, which goes into this new world. So this new one, this deck. And so I'm thinking about doing reviews, and I am going to go through and have a look at them all, and again, go what's in the box again. So, because there's a lot of different things in here, and if you want a reading from me, you might want to know what sort of book, cards I've got. Also, if you do, we go through a whole heap of different things. Got a hole in my tights. Pointed out. That's the me. But yeah, there's a whole heap of decks that I can use to do different sorts of readings for you, all different sorts of readings. Even inside of these decks, they've all got different, like a lot of them have got like 4 or 5, 6 different readings in the front of them. So there's a lot of different ways that all of this can go. I'm really enjoying the Prussian spread of the Russian. It's not, it's Romany. It's a Romany spread. Like, and so it's nice and big. Anyway, I'm going to get into this deck and then I'm going to jump out of here because I think that 20 minutes is long enough to show you what's in the box. And I hope you enjoyed the tea room. Anyway, here we are. So, unique gifts. I thought this is the most unique card on the deck. Alright, so unique gifts. It is unique gifts. Now I'm going to read from the box. Where is the back of the box? Beyond Lemuria, these are called. Alright, and on the box it says, New Earth Codes and Wisdom for Our Ancient Future. So it's talking about our ancient past and our ancient future. And so as in, we can go back to and we can reconnect with these things. And we're finding that people are radical expansion. Look at that. These are very color connected. The cat is outside and he wants in. So we're nearly there. Awaken. Now these had a card for every chakra in them. So if you're into colours and your aura and your chakra cards, I know that my cousin was asking about aura cards the other week, and I said there's a couple of decks. This one I only got yesterday, and I would actually say this one's brilliant for somebody who wants to do colour work, aura work, chakra therapy work. This is a brilliant deck. Vulnerability, exposing yourself. You see a lot of dragons in the Lucy Cavendish deck. And we go back, and so seamless and unspeakable, the ether. The ether. Yeah. And so, and look, we'll go with the last card in the pack. That's our ancient future card. Going forward is looking back and refining ourselves and finding those things in our past, because there was a true sense that we were in an ancient time. So, without further ado, I'm going to finish this off. I guess don't want to hold you. Thank you for watching. I really enjoy sharing this. I think that I might actually get into a bit of a tutorial sort of stuff for people. If you're interested in tutorials, let me know. All in all, I hope you're having a good week, and I'm putting out the October reads. If you haven't seen the equinox reads, jump into those, and I hope you're having a great day. Catch up. Bye.